At Auto Trader, we've been helping the good people of Britain buy and sell their cars for the last 36 years. The world's changed an awful lot in that time, and so have the cars we drive. Take the Ford Fiesta, for example. It was originally released in 1977, the same year as Auto Trader. And here, we're going to be looking exactly how the car's evolved over the last 36 years. And for this, I'm going to need some help. Ready? Ready. Right then, let's get the show on the road. The last 36 years of technological advancement give you an easier life before you've even opened the door of your car. Gone are the days when you need to put a chunk of metal in the door to unlock it. All Fiestas now come with remote central locking, and some even have keyless entry. Deadlocks provide even more security, and high-end Fiestas get an alarm as well. Back in the day, your driving position was very much of the like it or lump it variety, but these days you get all sorts of adjustment for your seat and steering wheel to help you get comfy. Air conditioning also helps you on that score, and all manner of labour-saving devices are on hand to make your life easier. The first Fiesta didn't even have a radio as standard, but today all sorts of infotainment kit is available. All Fiestas have a CD player and an MP3 socket, while some also have a digital radio. You can even get satellite navigation as an option. Oh, I've got the phone, Mum. Back in the 70s, making a phone call on the move required a pit stop, a good memory for numbers and the correct change.
Phone.
Nowadays, your mobile phone connects directly to your Fiesta via Ford Sync system.
Call Mum.
Which allows you to make hands-free calls quickly and safely via Bluetooth. Cars have got much bigger over the last 3 decades. For example, the current Fiesta is 40 centimetres longer, 15 centimetres wider and 11 centimetres taller than the Mark I. That means you have much more space inside for people and luggage. And, because the Fiesta wasn't offered as a 5-door until 1989, actually getting into the current car is much easier than it is in the Mark I. In the Mark I Fiesta, a fairly useless set of brakes was all that stood in the way of you and an accident. Nowadays, the Fiesta has a sophisticated ABS system that allows you to stop quicker and still steer the car. There's also stability control to stop you spinning and 7 airbags to protect you and your passengers. You also get the latest in seatbelt technology. The Mark I, meanwhile, didn't even have any seatbelts for those in the back because British law didn't require them until 1987. Some of the biggest advances over the years have come in the area of engine technology, giving us more and more power while using less and less fuel. The latest Fiesta goes almost twice as far as the Mark I on every gallon of petrol, and in theory, a full tank will take you an extra 343 miles.
Technology hasn't just made advances in the areas of equipment and efficiency either. When you get behind the wheel of the Mark I Fiesta, you can really tell that this is a car from another era. The suspension's really soft, so the ride's actually pretty good most of the time, but when you hit a pothole, you really know about it. It's also pretty noisy in here as well. The engine especially is making a big old racket. The pedals in the gear shift are really heavy and uncomfortable as well. And because the steering's got no power assistance, it means that when you want to manoeuvre the car at low speeds, it really does take a fair bit of muscle. It's a completely different story in the latest Fiesta. I can turn the steering wheel with one finger if I like, and the rest of the controls are as slick as you like. I'm not being barraged by anything like as much noise either. The ride's actually a little bit firmer than the Mark I's, but it's so much better controlled. The body doesn't bounce around like a blancmange the whole time. You can see the benefits of that in the handling too, because the whole car stays a lot flatter when you're going around a bend. There's a lot more grip too, so the car's more stable and actually a lot more fun. Granted, the Mark I Fiesta's got a certain retro charm about it, but I know which Fiesta I'd rather have.
So, we've seen how the Fiesta's changed over the last 36 years, and that got us to thinking, What might the Fiesta be like in another 36 years? To find out, we've come to the Royal College of Art to talk to lecturer Matt Humphreys, who used to be the design director at British carmaker Morgan.
Here you are in the studio. The vehicle design course has been around for a long time now, and I think you'll find that most of the chief designers, head of design across globally in the car design studios come from this establishment. We're here today with Ho Young and Salim. It's a 2-year course that they're involved in, and we've asked them to look at what the Fiesta 36 years into the future would be. Who else better than car designers of the future to do that?
Absolutely.
It's going to be interesting 36 years from now, since most of the landscape will be autonomously driven vehicles.
When you really want to drive it, you can drive, but still you have that relaxed feeling, and you read your newspaper, do some job. It's the driving experience that really counts, and if Ford can capture that experience, Fiesta would be as good as now as it was in the past. Nowadays, the cars are merging elements together into one plastic part for cost and also aesthetics, simplicity as well. This here, in the A-pillar, into the extend, there's a side mirror, and also extension, there's a headlamp integrated all into this one bar right there.
Currently they're using the kinetic design language with very sharp lines and interesting volumes. I want to take that a few steps forward and integrate all these things to a unified form language. So big shapes going through the whole front section, making it easily digestible form.
From starting here to the back, getting a nice simple form of transition from a Ford grille to a nice oval shape, which I think mimics also the Ford logo.
So, there it is. You saw it here first. These, or something very like them, could well be the future of Fiesta. And if these cars make the same sort of strides that the Forerunners have over the last 36 years, I for one can't wait.